If they're shooting at us, we back away further and let the helicopter tell us where they're going. There's no reason to be up front chasing people shooting at guns because someone from the general public's going to get hurt.
I said he's unarmed. Look at the hands, man. Shoot that dude. He's got a gun. Shoot him. Oh no, it was a spatula. Never mind.
Oh God!
Just getting hit, man.
Get out! Look out! Oh no! Oh, he's going crazy! Oh God! Get a road cop!
Oh my
Listen, listen. I woke up and I chose violence.
He just couldn't escape from Tarkov in his mind.
Hands up!
All right.
Oh my God! I'm so dying right now,
I think
You know how deaf she would be with that gun being fired in her ear right now? I'd be like... Real gunfire is very, very loud. I've been in a situation where my ears were ringing for almost 3 days. Now, I get it that the player is playing this type of thing, but in this situation, you would hope that, yeah, here come the special team to come in. Yeah, I got no heartache over that. That's pretty realistic. It was during a hostage rescue. A father had already killed the little boy's mom, had barricaded himself inside of a restaurant bathroom, and he was threatening to kill his son. The SWAT team had to eventually go in there, save the boy, which we were able to, but it resulted in a gun battle. Something I really don't talk about too much just because it brings about a lot of like really bad memories type of stuff. There's nothing worse than hearing a bullet whiz by your head and you're not knowing if you're going to get hit or not. The experience was awful as far as once the bullets started flying. There's a couple of different things that happened and I never believed it. No, sorry. In this particular scenario, no, we would not shoot. If I was this person's angle, I'm not shooting. As a matter of fact, my gun's not even really up. My gun's what we call the low ready. My muzzle's just below my chest level. As far as his gameplay wise, he's actually doing some really good, strong tactical stuff where he's seeing the team coming up down the stairs. He takes that nice pie corner. If someone pops up, he's going to be able to pop them. The way he's using the buildings for his cover type of stuff. So he's actually playing very, very smart. In real life, the only bank robbers that I've ever dealt with had handguns. They didn't even have rifles. They just tried to get to the teller, tell the teller they had a bomb in a bag, put all the money in the bag and don't say a word. That's the most I've ever had. We talked about the North Hollywood shooting. I've never been in a bank robbery where they were armed like they were in the North Hollywood LAPD shooting. He's armed with a revolver. I probably am going to be utilizing my bullets a little bit, not just giving myself some cover fire. I'm gonna wait for some targets to come out. I don't know how many rounds he's carrying with that revolver. I like the story though. Now, if I don't know if that was part of the game where you had to shoot actually at the safe, but I don't think I want to shoot against a metal plate and not know where that bullet's going to go. And I mean that more for my safety.
Can push this goddamn door open.
What are you guys doing?
We're shooting.
That's
shit.
not the building we're going into.
There's bad guys in here.
There's two armed.
Oh, I think there's one in the back.
Let me see. So you fired 100 rounds at him and then you try to hit him with your gun. I'm loving the blood splatter. Oh, see right there? Bad guy holding the gun at him. That was actually a good use of force right there. Just because the bad guy had his hands up, but then as soon as he brought that rifle down, you could see that the team leader here took out the suspect before he was able to take out AI operator. So really good use of force there. Now, okay, so here, one of the concerns would be the glass windows. Bullets go through glass windows. Those operators would not be standing in that position right there to make entry. We would all be on the brick wall side to get into that particular restaurant there. I love the fact that whoever this player was, they blew a hole in the flooring and then they shot the enemy through the flooring. That was pretty awesome. I cannot honestly say I would never think about that. We talk about force on force. A suspect's force dictates the force we are going to use. So if we are fighting with a suspect and all of a sudden they produce a handgun, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get shot, but it does raise the stakes depending on what they do. It could end up being an officer decide to use their firearm to neutralize the threat. So that's why we use the word neutralize, because we don't know what tool is going to be necessary to neutralize the threat. That's what we're doing, is we're neutralizing the threat. We're trying to effect an arrest so we could take them into custody. Yeah, we're not shooting from the car either. Though I love the gameplay, real life scenario, we're in a little bit of hot water. Now, could you as a law enforcement officer shoot from the car? Yes, but you're gonna have to articulate the reason why, because remember, every round that comes out of that gun, we have to account for. And those rounds could bypass the suspect and hit an innocent. You gotta always think of your backdrop.
In this particular situation, unless Batman is threatening someone's life, threatening the life of the officers, even threatening the Joker's life, where they feel that he's about to kill the Joker, lethal force would not be able to be used. He's taken off. Yes, at this point in time, Batman is a felon. There once was a rule in the United States that you could shoot a fleeing felon. That is still within the law, but the definition of a felony is a little bit different these days, because that actual law of shooting a fleeing felon, and this is where you're able to shoot somebody in the back as a law enforcement officer, is reserved for somebody, if they escape, will cause more harm to the public. And yeah, so in this particular situation, they would not be able to shoot at Batman. They'd be able just to say, hey, stop, please. And then, of course, we see Batman taking off. So.
Just gotta wonder why the guys in the train wouldn't start shooting. They definitely got the advantage.
Whole 3 hallway.
Now, as we can see, they're utilizing the flashbang technique of getting into spaces. We've pretty much pulled away from bangs. I mean, we have them available to us, but we're not utilizing them the way we used to utilize them back in the late 1990s and early 2000s. There's actually systems in place today in the world, and I forget what they're called. I think it's called Cop Shot, as a matter of fact. But whatever it's called, it senses when a gun is fired, and it's able to triangulate that. That's real technology that is available to cities. So we kind of see that play out in this mall takeover.
Take that right with 2. Take that right with 2.
Nice, filling in the gap. Love it. You see how they're playing? The guy in the front on the left is using the flashlight, not the guy in the middle. Love it.
Guys, make sure they don't pull a gun.
That's the other part about Ready or Not. They can pull a gun on you, so you definitely want to get them detained ASAP. My SWAT team has what they call a Bearcat. It's bullet resistant. The glass in it can take a .50 caliber, but it is literally this thick, and it is heavy. I don't know of anything that's that see-through that would not be so heavy to weigh the operator down. Because remember, they got to get their rifle up, they're coming back down, rifle up, coming back down. Because every little thing that you add to your rifle is extra weight, and you got to maintain that good stance of having your rifle up. I don't think a technology that allows you to see that well through glass would actually be bullet resistant or bulletproof.
I always like the fact though too, because it's like Batman has this like thing about not killing people, but you're shooting at cars that explode, and we're gonna just randomly think that maybe nothing happened bad to those people inside the car as it rolls over 10 zillion times and catches on fire. So I guess we're just gonna say that they got out safely.
It looked like he got hit based on his screen. I really can't tell. However, that's where trust comes into play in real life scenario. You have operators that are going to be responsible going left, and you're going to have operators that are responsible going right, like in our player. He went right, he went for the person that was down on his knees. However, in real life scenario, there would be a gun on that suspect because we don't know if they've 100% been neutralized.
Get away from the car. A lot of people think that a car offers protection. There are very little areas where a car offers protection. Bullets go right through it. The person's aiming at the car, and those bullets are going to start hitting the car, whizzing off the car. You're better off out in the open trying to take out your suspect than you are behind that vehicle right there.